Hey guys, I want to go over today some information about rotator cuff exercises and injuries. Okay, it's a very common issue. I was just talking with a friend who has a torn rotator cuff. All right, so I thought it would be a good time to go over this now. So it's when you're playing sports, doing any kind of physical activity, okay, your arm will go through all kinds of different motions, okay, and it'll go through external rotation to internal rotation and all kinds of positions, all points in between, all right, and that can wreak havoc on your shoulder joint, okay. So that's why people play, you may play baseball or play golf or basketball or whatever you want to try and do. And then one day it's, oh, what is that? What is that? Right? And it's most likely a rotator cuff injury. Okay. So the things to keep in mind with the rotator cuff is external rotation versus internal rotation. So external rotation means if you're moving in this way, right, or in this way, right, right? Or like anything where your elbow is down, all right, which is where your elbow is lower than your hand, then that's the idea. That's the ideal position. You want your elbow to be lower than your hand, all right? Anytime when the elbow is higher than your hand, then that's internal rotation, okay? Now, one exercise that used to be very common, I don't see it too often now. I saw a lot when I was starting out, working out years ago in the 80s, okay? But I used to see a lot of people doing very close grip upright rowing with a barbell like that. Very, very close at that. Okay, this is a very common exercise. Used to be done in the 70s and 80s and whatever. Um, but it caused a lot of shoulder injuries because you are internally rotating. What did I say before about the elbow being higher than the hand, right? Internal rotation. All right? So what you want to do instead is that if you were to do that exercise, you would instead take a wider grip and you would keep it so that your hands are higher than your elbows. Okay? Remember, you want the hands higher than the elbow, not the other way around. All right? So a couple of exercises that we can do to help strengthen the rotator cuff. Now, the first one, well, I should say it's a way to kind of test things, is just stand here with the hands down and see if you can bring them up like that to a vertical position. See? Down and here, okay? Down and here. Now it looks really simple, okay? It should be simple, but a lot of people can't do it, all right? So a lot of people would get jammed around here, and then they had to kind of contort their body in order to go the rest of the way. So you should be able to, without moving your torso, your body in any other way. And I'm sitting cross-legged here, so I can't use my back or anything. I'm not really, okay? And my legs, all right? See? Okay, so a couple of exercises that we can do with my dumbbell, and you don't need a big heavy dumbbell. This obviously isn't very heavy. Okay, this is only two pounds. Okay, or even if you do use no weight at all, it'll still work. Okay, so you lying down here. Okay, and then just bring up there. That's the first one. Okay, up there. Okay, now don't go back so far that you start falling back this way. Okay, go up to the point where your arm is vertical to the ground and then back down again. Okay. Okay, that's the first one. All right. Second one is we're going to have our elbow kind of pin it to your side here and just do that. Now you're not going to have a very large range of motion here. Okay, you can't move that far, but you want to ideally come up to the point where your arm is close to vertical. Okay. All right. And another one, and we call this arm wrestling. Now I'm just going to use my knee here, but you can use a table or whatever. Is you can just do this, just like your arm wrestling motion. Okay. Like that. Okay. Yeah. And so those are the three major exercises: the straight arm one, the elbow pinned to your side one, and then the arm wrestling one. Okay. If you do those 2 to 3 sets of 10 for each exercise, all right, and you do that 3 times a week, that can really go a long way towards helping your rotator cuff, strengthening it, and hopefully preventing injuries. Okay, so when I say that internal rotation is to be avoided, that it's not realistic to say you're never going to internally rotate it. So you don't freak out and say, oh my god, my elbow's on my hand. Oh crap! No, no, no. I mean, you have to live your life. You have to do activities and things like that. Okay, it's fine. It will internally rotate depending on what activities you're doing. There's no way to avoid that. Okay, but when you're doing strengthening exercises with weight, you can certainly avoid internally rotating it on those. Okay, and doing these exercises can go a long way towards helping strengthen those muscles so that they will not get injured when you're playing sports or doing whatever you want to do. Okay, all right. So that's the thing, right? The human body it's a very intricate machine when you think about it. It's a very unusual machine in the fact that it gets stronger and better the more you use it. Okay, unlike a mechanical machine like a car or whatever, which will wear and tear over time. Okay, your body actually does get better the more you use it. Okay, which is very unusual. I mean, think about that. That's pretty amazing, right? The recuperative abilities of the human body. Okay, but it also has limitations. Okay, and one of them is those little rotator cuff muscles around the shoulder joint. Okay, so these movements can help with that, and hopefully you can do all the activities you love well into your old age. All right. So okay, hope this helps. If you have any questions, please let me know. Leave a comment, send me a message, whatever, and I'll see you guys soon.